Hey everybody, me again, RJ Carter for criticalblast.com, and right now I have just gone through Heroes in Crisis number 6 of 9. So far, I have not torn any of these books apart because I really want to give them a chance. I really usually like DC event books, Millennium notwithstanding. We don't talk about Millennium. So what we have here is, I can't even tell you what this book is about, because from the beginning to the end, nothing happens. Nothing happens. Heroes are interviewed. Well, characters are interviewed. Harley's not a hero. I don't care. She's a villain. Love her or not, she's a villain. She kills people. She's evil. Heroes give their interviews, and now we get them in a little bit extended. And here is, it goes off the rails on page 2, where they're interviewing Narc. I remember Narc from the 70s when he was a member of Teen Titans West under Batgirl, Bat-Girl leadership. And Narc, on his interview page, he's like, "What it mean, save? Who is saved? Narc not know. Narc not know many things." I'm going to read some more Narc here. This old world. See, now he's in the Star Trek Hollow Chamber. I mean, the Sanctuary virtual reality chamber. Looking up at the stars, laying on the back of a sleeping woolly mammoth. This old world, Narc remember. Before Narc frozen. Before Narc wake in new world. Become superhero. This, stars, sky, pretty. Make Narc think of Keats. Okay, I get the noble savage kind of thing that you're going for here, but honestly, he's reading Keats and yet still speaks in third person with bizarro grammar. He goes from make Narc think of Keats to bright star, would I were steadfast as thou art, not in lone splendor hung aloft the night, and watching with eternal lids apart, like nature's patient, sleepless eremite, the moving waters at their priest-like task of pure ablution round earth's human shores, or gazing on the new soft-fallen mask of snows upon the mountains and the moors, no, yet still steadfast, still unchangeable, pillowed upon my fair love's ripening breast, to feel forever its soft fall and swell, awake forever in a sweet unrest. Still, still to hear her tender taken breath, and so live ever, or else swoon to death. Yes, pretty. What the? Oh my God. I'm sorry, if your caveman can read English and remember it and recite it, then he can learn to speak. Okay? It gets worse. It gets worse because now he starts getting philosophical, and at the end he's quoting Plato, and I'm like, you're a very well-read caveman who is functionally illiterate. Throughout the rest of the book, Wally's feeling sorry for himself because he came back, and everyone's happy he's back, but how can he be happy if he doesn't have Iris and Jay and Linda in his life, because they never really existed in this new rebirth universe. So he's just kind of moping about as he goes through flashbacks of his life since returning with all the Titans, and everyone's hugging him, and he's all sad. Yeah, I'm so glad to be back. Not mentioning anything about the threat that he saw when he came back and he gave warning of, because that's not what this is about. This is about Wally moping. Also, Harley Quinn is here, and apparently she's not supposed to be there. She is not a patient or an inmate or a resident or whatever the nice term they're calling them is, even though she gets interviewed by the sanctuary artificial intelligence. She's just there to sneak in and visit her friend Pamela Ivy, who is a resident. And Pam thinks that she can help Harley by having her conjure up images of the Joker, whom she can then punch, kill, whatever. And it's not helping Harley with her emotional trauma. So they decide to take it outside. Well, not outside. They decide to take it into the holodeck again. And now she's outside with Jokers standing in the field, and Ivy is doing the killing. She's using the vines to basically kill this artificial Joker, and they kill her, and then they bring up another one, and they kill it. And finally, they're out there in this chamber, in this fake field in Kansas or Nebraska or wherever they're at. And Harley's sitting atop a pile of dead Jokers, which isn't psychologically disturbing in the least. When the alarm goes off that everyone has to go outside, it's an emergency. Clang, clang, the klaxons go. Of course, Narc and Crusader are already living out there dying on the plane, and Narc is telling Crusader, don't be scared. Plato say life being in cave, watching shadows on wall. Goal of life, leave cave, see what made shadow. Yeah. Narc think Plato wrong. Goal not leave cave. Goal no cave there, world there, and shadows everywhere. But maybe Narc overthink it. Death rattle. Yeah, Narc overthinks a lot of things because Narc thinks. He's got this dichotomy of caveman intelligence and PhD, and their battle with each other through his mouth. We see Wally is cradling a dead Roy, and he's still moping. He's like, Roy, why did it? The kids. I didn't want to be alone. So now he's feeling selfish, I guess. And that's when he gets thwapped. And hey, guess what? This is when the real Harley sees Booster Gold do the killing. And he's like, I didn't know you were here. And she's like, well, I wasn't supposed to be, blah, blah, blah. So last issue, we saw Booster see Harley kill people on the porch. This issue, we see Harley see Booster kill people in the kitchen. Wait a second. Yes. Wally's dying in the kitchen again. Where does Wally die? His body keeps moving. He's moving more in death than he did in life. Okay. So we still don't know anything. We end with the more panels of people being interviewed about how many lives they've saved. And we know absolutely diddly jack squat about what's going on, this murder mystery. Nothing progressed. We stood in place at the beginning of the story again and pondered our navels. Tom, you do realize that comic books are supposed to be about action. They're supposed to progress. It's sequential art, which means that whatever happens in the next panel comes from what happened in the first panel. Things move forward. Get out of the rut, for God's sake, and tell the damn story. This is not Psychology 101. We don't need a thesis paper on what makes people sad. We want superheroes to find bad guys and beat them up. We want universes to be threatened and teams to come in and prevent that from happening. We don't have that here. We don't know what we have here. But it's not good comics. 3 more issues to wrap this up. Why am I betting I could skip 7 and 8, go straight to 9, and not even know I missed anything? Well, because I could go from 3 to 6 and not know anything and still not have missed anything. Cut it out. We're tired of it. Tell the damn story.